Be the show, not the commercial. In fact, just last night when we were in our hotel room, my daughter, Mila, she was complaining to her mom about live TV. She's like, what is this? Live television? Why can't we skip through? In today's world, the best restaurant doesn't always win. The best story does. People don't just buy food, they buy moments, they buy connection, they buy you. We've told our stories in ways that made the world stop scrolling and pay attention. From a single rib smoking clip seen by millions, to unboxing the technology tools that transformed our service, to standing on Wall Street as our partners at Toast went public. If we can make barbecue a global conversation, imagine what you can do with your story. Every post is a chance to connect with your customers, your community, and your industry. From behind-the-scenes footage to viral interviews with icons, every clip, every caption, every second you share builds the trust that turns followers into fans and fans into loyal customers. This isn't just about selling food. It's about building relationships at scale. You already have the tools. You already have the story. Now it's time to make them care. Because if you're not telling your story, someone else will. Be the show, not the commercial. No one is coming to tell your story. And remember, no one can tell it better than you anyway. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's fucking go. Woo! Let's go.
Presenter today is Sean Walchuk, founder of Cali Media, a company he founded to help brands and leaders leverage the new business creator economy with strategic smartphone storytelling and digital hospitality. You will learn tips, you will learn tricks, and you will walk away inspired. Who's ready?
Before I talk about social media, barbecue, or the business of creating content for your restaurant, I want to bring you back to 2003. The most powerful lesson that I learned about storytelling, I didn't learn it running my restaurants. I didn't learn it on Facebook. I didn't learn it from a viral video on TikTok. I learned it from a payphone in Spain. In 2003, I was 21 years old, studying sociology at the University of Colorado in Boulder. That year, I applied to study abroad in the magical city of Alicante, Spain, on the Mediterranean coast. Now I was accepted to the program, and I lived in a small apartment with my host family, mi familia, right across the street from the Plaza de Toros, the bullfighting arena. Every Monday, I would walk across the street in the afternoon to call my grandfather in La Jolla, California, using an international calling card. Now, my grandfather wasn't just my grandfather. He raised me as a son because my father left me when I was 6 months old. That Monday, I remember hearing something different from my grandfather. There was fear in his voice. He stuttered. He stumbled over his words. In his deep Bulgarian accent, he told me, "Sean, my health is fading. But that's not what scared him the most. What scared him the most was that he wouldn't finish his memoir about how a Bulgarian farm boy made a life in America. I remember leaning against the payphone with the bull ring behind me, knowing that this was my defining moment. I told him, "Grandpa, I'm coming home. I'll help you finish your book." Now that meant leaving my friends my senior year at the University of Colorado, transferring to the University of San Diego. But I didn't care. My grandfather, at his age, traveled to Alicante to pick me up. We went from Western Europe to Eastern Europe, gathering materials for his book. We made it all the way to his village in Portum, Bulgaria. I got to see the cobblestone streets. I got to think, what was it like for my grandfather as a little boy, destined to be a farmer? I got to think, what was it like for him to dream of something bigger? Now, when we got back to California, we got to work. We attended writers' conferences, late nights, hundreds of hours of work. And we did it. We got it published. The Harvest: How a Bulgarian Farm Boy Grew Wealthy in La Jolla, California. Now, I also hired a translator to get it translated into his native language, Bulgarian. And we have that book not only available on Amazon, but more importantly, available in Bulgarian villages for boys and girls who want to think bigger. Now, I want to share three things with you that I want you to take away, three powerful lessons that I learned with my grandfather. Number one, stay curious. Curious people leave their restaurants and come to Las Vegas to the US Food Fanatics show to be better. Curious people write books. Curious people read books. Curious people listen to podcasts. Curious people will start a podcast. Curious people watch YouTube videos to improve their business. Curious people will start a YouTube channel to share their story with the world. Number two, get involved. You guys are going to hear so much incredible information over the next 24 hours. As US Foods set the tone yesterday, every second counts. Curious people come, sit in these rooms, we soak up this information, but you have to do something with the information. You have to get involved. Get involved with what we talk about today, share your story, and we can actually move our businesses forward. And finally, number three, never, ever be afraid to ask for help. My grandfather wasn't afraid. At his darkest hour, he wasn't afraid to ask me for help. Otherwise, our book might not have never been finished. I hope that by sharing my grandfather's story, my personal story about my wife, my children, the Walchef wolf pack, many of you met my son and my daughter as you walked in today. I'm going to share stories about our Cali barbecue restaurants, about what we've done as a media company, but more importantly, this isn't about me. This is about every single one of you. Now, that picture up there is me and my grandfather the year that we opened up our barbecue business in Spring Valley. It's one of my favorite pictures. I'm sharing my hopes and dreams for our restaurant with my grandfather. Now, part of the book writing process, they make you do uncomfortable work about storytelling. You actually have to get personal. At these writers' conferences, we would go and they would talk about the personal side that my grandfather hadn't really opened up yet. He hadn't started sharing how he felt about his mother, how he felt about his father, the feelings that he had towards his sister. That's what makes a good story. Every single one of you have personal stories that probably haven't been shared. And you think, maybe I shouldn't share them on the internet. Well, I'm going to share today why myself, that's my wife. I married a Bulgarian woman. She's sitting in the back. Babe, I love you. That's my son, that's my daughter, that's our Walchef wolf pack. But he's taught us to share our story. Every single day is a storytelling practice. How many of you have seen the American baseball classic Field of Dreams? Can I get a show of hands? A lot of baseball fans out there. I believe that this is the greatest lie that's ever been told to entrepreneurs, business owners, and restaurant owners. Kevin Costner, James Earl Jones. Everyone know the line? If you build it, they will come. If we open up a restaurant, everyone's coming. If you build it, they will not come. You have to tell your story. The restaurant business is one of the hardest businesses in the world. The fact that all of you are here in Las Vegas, outside of your restaurants, and they're open today, is a testament to each and every single one of you. You came here to this session to learn about storytelling, and we're going to do some uncomfortable work together. And hopefully, through that work, we're all going to be better storytellers. If you build it, they will come. I'm still waiting for them to come. So I've been doing speeches like this throughout the country, going to trade shows, talking to restaurant owners. We have multiple podcasts where we share the secrets of storytelling. And one of my favorite questions is, what's the ROI of storytelling? What is the return on investment of social media? I wouldn't be standing here today if it wasn't for social media. It's that simple. We would have been out of business. About us, every single one of you has an About Us section on your website. You might even have an About Us section on your back of your menu. If I'm honest, how many of you have recently updated your About Us section to reflect what you're currently doing in August of 2025? Can I get a show of hands? Did anybody recently my man. Well done. When did you update it? 2 weeks ago? That's amazing. Full transparency, I had a different slide up here. Stover is my executive producer. He helped us turn our barbecue business into a media business. And the slide I didn't like. I said, we're taking that slide down, we're putting About Us. Why? Because it's not about us. It's not about Cali Barbecue. It's about every single person that comes to the talk. It's about anybody that's going to see this YouTube video afterwards. About us. This is about you. How often do we share who we are, what we're building, why we're building it? As leaders, we hate to repeat ourselves, right? You've already heard the story. I've already told people who we are. We've been in business for 18 years. Shouldn't they know? We have new staff training every day, and it's up to me and my leadership team to make sure that we update our About Us page. Now, I'm not making excuses why we haven't updated it, because I told Stover right before this talk that we're going to do work once we leave Vegas, and we're going to update our About Us page. Why? We have 3 barbecue locations in San Diego. We have a location at Snapdragon Stadium where we get to serve barbecue, slow smoke barbecue to the San Diego State Aztec football fans, Major League Soccer fans. We have a location, QSR location on the San Diego Navy base where we get to serve the men and women who serve our country. None of that's reflected on our About Us page. It's unacceptable. I'm not going to say it's why, but it's one of the reasons. One of the reasons we haven't done a good job of updating our About Us is that every single day we update our About Us. We use Facebook, we use Instagram, we use Twitter, we use TikTok, we use YouTube, we use podcasts. We tell our story every single day about the things we do and the things that we believe in. Cali Barbecue. Now I'll tell you a story about social media and why we would have went out of business. I remember when we opened up in 2008, Corey Robinson, one of my best friends from college, actually University of Colorado, we opened up in Spring Valley during the Great Recession. Bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, 26 years old. We're like, yeah, we can take a liquor license, take over an existing breakfast concept. It's going to be easy. We're going to add barbecue, so we're going to learn slow smoke barbecue, serve it to our community. There's not a lot of places in San Diego that do craft barbecue. No problem. Nobody came. We struggled, seriously struggled those first couple years. We eventually figured out how to make great barbecue, how to provide phenomenal hospitality, how to give back to our community. And I remember at our 5-year anniversary, I was like, now it's time. Local media, we've got to get some local news. Get the magazine, San Diego Magazine, are you going to come do a story about us? San Diego Union Tribune, the newspaper, are you going to come tell a story about us? Fox 5, KUSI, who's coming? I checked out books on PR, public relations, how to write a press release, how to engage with local journalists. I wrote 14 press releases to magazine in San Diego, newspaper in San Diego, local news, and I waited because we were celebrating our 5-year anniversary. I was like, it's going to happen. People are going to come. You know what happened? Nothing. Crickets. I mean, maybe the press release was bad. I don't know. It's possible, highly possible. Maybe I wasn't a good storyteller back then. But nobody came, nobody cared. And I remember at that point I decided we are going to tell our own story. We're going to use all of the tools at our fingertips. We're going to use Facebook, we're going to use Yelp, we're going to use Google, we're going to use our website. Anything that is free, we are going to tell people who we are, what we believe in, and slowly we're going to build a community. Now I'm going to talk about a storytelling that most people don't do, and that's B2B storytelling. Everyone here that's a restaurant owner understands B2C storytelling. You have a pizza business, you make pizza videos. You have a burger business, you make burger videos. We have a barbecue business, we show the process of slow smoking brisket for 14 hours. What most people don't do, and what I'm here to encourage you to do, is to tell different stories on the internet. Now in 2020, we switched from our legacy point of sale system to Toast. And I remember meeting with Toast. By that time, we had already been podcasting since 2017, our digital hospitality show. And I remember meeting with Will Eppard, who's here today. Will, where'd you go? There he is. Will, I love this guy. He laughed at me when I told him we're going to tell stories about the technology that's coming into our restaurant. Will wasn't the only person that laughed at me. Actually, all my friends, multiple people, other customers that saw it go, Sean, what are you doing? Why are you making an unboxing video with Eric? Why are you making an unboxing video? That doesn't make any sense. No one's gonna come buy barbecue because you unbox technology in your restaurant. I said, I'm gonna make this video not to sell barbecue. How about that? I'm gonna do it for all of the restaurant owners I know that follow us, that support us, that maybe are thinking about switching from a legacy point of sale system to Toast. And we made the video. 3 days later, Chris Comparato, the CEO of Toast, shared the video on a company all hands. Thousands of toasters saw that video. They got to see all of the hard work that they do from a restaurant owner's eyes. That video got me invited to the inaugural Customer Advisory Board. In fact, next week I'm going to fly to Boston to meet with leadership to give them feedback on the technology in our restaurant. It also led to us getting invited to the IPO on Wall Street when Toast went public. That's a picture of Aman Narang, the co-founder of Toast. I remember telling Will when we first signed with Toast in 2020, I want to have Aman on the show. He's like, that's going to take some time. Sure enough, we did it. And not only that, we did it on Restaurant Influencers, which is a podcast that Toast is the title sponsor of. Now, we also have a show called Family Style. Season 2 is coming out next month. You can go to Toast's YouTube page and watch season 2. The reason why I tell you these stories is that there are so many incredible companies that are across the hall here that have earned your business. You chose them because of somebody else. If you have the courage to share those business stories on the internet, I promise you, it might not be a viral video, but you have customers in your community that want you to win. And they want to know that you have sacrificed to come to Las Vegas, to put yourself in educational panels, to make your restaurant better, so that you're here for the next generation. We all know how hard this restaurant business is. Be the show, not the commercial. When my son was 2, Colleen, I remember him watching his iPad, watching YouTube Kids. And he was watching a dinosaur show, and I was, at a party. I was watching him watch this dinosaur show. And the first digital button that he learned how to hit, does anyone want to know what it is? Skip? Yes. Why? Because we don't want our stories interrupted. Whether you're 2 years old, whether you're 12, whether you're 45, whether you're 67, whether you're 100 years old. We don't turn on the TV to watch commercials. We don't go to social media to watch commercials. Now, it's not that I'm against advertising. I'm just against bad advertising. Be the show, not the commercial. In fact, just last night when we were in our hotel room, my daughter, Mila, she was complaining to her mom about live TV. She's like, what is this? Live television? Why can't we skip through? Why can't we skip through? That's the generation that we live in. So let's tell better stories. Let's not advertise. Let's not just talk about specials. Let's tell personal stories about who we are, what we do, and why we do it. Now, this is a personal story about Shaquille O'Neal, who I had on our restaurant influencer show. In fact, last year, the Big Chicken, his restaurant group, they hired our media team to go and cover the event. And I spent 2 hours with one of the greatest athletes of all time, one of the greatest entrepreneurs, one of the greatest celebrities of all time. And in fact, during that interview, one of the keynote speakers from that interview came in and interrupted me and Shaquille O'Neal. Does anyone know who that is?
Shaquille O'Neal is?
Not Shaquille O'Neal. The person that interrupted our interview was Dana White. Dana White interrupted my interview with Shaquille O'Neal. And I say that because it actually happened, and I can't believe it happened. But it only happened because I had the courage to look stupid, sound stupid, make videos, stutter in our videos, start a podcast, do all this crazy stuff, which I want to teach, which you guys can do today. I want to give you some tactics. So the easiest way to think about social media and storytelling is to remove the logo and remove your opinion. When I say Facebook, every single person in here thinks something different. Some of you love Facebook. That's where you go and you post. You might post personal things, you might post business things. Other people hate Facebook. I don't want to go on Facebook, it's cluttered. Some of you love Instagram. Go on Instagram every day. Other people ignore Instagram altogether. My customers aren't on Instagram. Some people love X. Other people, most restaurants, not on X. LinkedIn, YouTube, podcasts. I want you to remove the logo and just think of storytelling. It's audio, it's video, it's words, and it's images. That's it. Audio, video, words, and images. And I've got great news. All I want you to focus on is video. That's it. Today we're going to focus on video. Because with video you get audio. With video you can transcribe it and get words, which can create an article. And with video you can get a still image. So we're going to talk about video. This is the process of creating content every single day, the 4 Ps. We plan it, we produce it, we publish it, and we promote it. Plan, produce, publish, promote. A lot of us are really good planners. We have an idea for what kind of videos we want to see on the internet. But you actually have to produce the video. You got to record it. And then where does it sit? On your phone. One of the hardest steps is publish. Why? Why is that such a hard step for so many people? Because we're scared. We're scared. That's it. We don't want to look stupid. We don't want our friends to make fun of us. We don't want our customers to make fun of us. We don't want to have a bad viral video. We don't want to lose business because of something someone saw. And then when you're done publishing, for those that have the courage to hit publish, we have to promote the video. We don't post and ghost. On all the platforms, if you have the courage to actually share your story and somebody comments, that's an actual human. You don't ignore humans in your restaurant. You can't ignore humans on the internet. I'm going to tell you a story about Istanbul. So my wife and I, we went on our first kids-free vacation to Istanbul. We left the kids with their grandparents in Bulgaria, and I put in a post out. I asked for help. I asked our community for help. I went on LinkedIn, I went on Instagram, I went on Facebook, and said, anyone in my community, does anyone know a restaurant owner in Istanbul? I had multiple people reach out. Actually, Ozzy Kurit, who is a regional manager for US Foods in Southern California, he said, Sean, I saw your post. I actually grew up in Istanbul. I left when I went into high school, but I just reconnected with a close friend. His name is Jem. And Jem and me and Ozzy got onto a WhatsApp chat. In that WhatsApp chat, he shared where we need to go, restaurant owners we need to meet with, places that we should avoid. Now, a lot of people are going to say, Sean, easy for you, you have a media team. You have 14 people that help you tell stories for companies like Toast, US Foods, other restaurant groups. You produce podcasts. It's easy for you to talk about media and storytelling because you have a team that does it. Well, everything that we teach is what we call smartphone storytelling. The best news that I can share with all of you is you have everything you need. If you have a smartphone, if you have internet, everything else is free. All it takes is the courage to take the phone out of your pocket and tell the story. Now, when we went to Istanbul, that's my wife. She had my iPhone. No media team. I love my media team. Shout out to Aaron and Tony and Brandon and Michon. Thank you guys for everything. I wish you guys were in Istanbul, but we do what we can. Now, my wife took amazing video. We did the best we could. And only because we had the courage to reach out, we connected with some of the most amazing restaurants in the world, the most amazing baklava business. Since 1843, they've been selling baklava. They serve 6,000 customers a day. I got to meet the grandson. The Döner restaurant is one of the greatest restaurants. They have one item on their menu. It's a Döner. They don't even give you a menu. You sit down and they serve you. You want one portion, two portions, or three. Thousands of customers. None of this would have been possible if we didn't have the courage to be storytellers. Now, there are some tips and tricks. iPhone, obviously that's the only thing you need. ChatGPT. How many of you are using ChatGPT or AI, Perplexity, anything? Are we using it for social media? Can get hands stay up? Okay. So the planning that we talked about before, plan, produce, publish, promote, ChatGPT is phenomenal at helping guide those stories. If you're looking for stories for your restaurant, I want to tell personal stories for my restaurant, use AI to get thoughts out there. CapCut is something that you can use for editing, Adobe Express. Meta Glasses was a great Father's Day gift, thank you, babe. We used Meta Glasses while we were recording. You don't need them. Like I said, all you need is your iPhone. So this is the answer to the test. Well, Sean, I want to make quality content. I want quality videos. So do I. When we opened up our barbecue business in San Diego, I wanted quality barbecue. How do you make great barbecue? Do you think there's any barbecue business that the first day that they cooked barbecue, it was great? Nope. I don't care if you're in Texas, I don't care if you're in Kansas City, I don't care if you're in Memphis, certainly not in California. But in the beginning, our brisket was terrible. It was no good. We didn't even put it on our menu. It took us months to be confident enough to put brisket out. Quality. But how do you get to quality? The same way you get to quality in your restaurants, with your recipes, with your pizza, with your burgers, whatever you're cooking. Quantity. You got to make a lot of bad brisket. You got to make a lot of bad videos. You got to make a lot of bad podcasts. I made so many bad podcasts before I was able to have the courage to ask Toast to sponsor restaurant influencers for Entrepreneur. So many, but I got better, and I kept putting in the work. Quantity, speed, and consistency will eventually equal quality. You don't get to skip the line. Quantity, speed, and consistency. Now that's a QR code. We have a restaurant technology Substack newsletter that's free. Please scan it, please subscribe. We have storytelling secrets. All of these slides are up there thanks to Stover. But what are we gonna do now? Now we're gonna get uncomfortable together. It's my favorite part of doing these talks. Plan, produce, publish, promote. Plan, produce, publish, promote. So we're gonna plan that every one of us today, right here, right now, is gonna do a video. People getting nervous? Good. Now we're gonna produce it. So I want every single person to stand up, and I want you to partner up with somebody you came with, somebody that you don't know, and I need 60 seconds. You're going to open your phone to the video app. I want you to put the video app on, and I want you to take 60 seconds and answer 3 questions. Who are you? Why are you in the restaurant business? And what are you doing in Las Vegas? So 60 seconds, the reason it's 60 seconds, because that works on YouTube, that works for an Instagram Reel, that works for TikTok, it works for all the platforms, Facebook, whatever platform. And then the bonus is for those of you that have the courage to actually hit publish. I want you to go onto whatever platform you feel most comfortable and put that video right now, today, in the next 5 minutes, live from Las Vegas at US Foods. You can tag me, but we're gonna all stand up. Don't be scared, come on. Stand up. You're all restaurant owners, we're all in the hospitality business. Make a friend if you don't have a friend. Switch phones. Switch phones. It's time. The time is now. You have 60 seconds. Take out your phone. Don't be scared. Let's go. The question, who are you? Why are you in the restaurant business? And what are you doing in Las Vegas? Who are you? Why are you in the restaurant business? And what are you doing in Las Vegas? Live in Las Vegas. We've got storytelling class in session. My favorite thing is getting people out of their seats doing the storytelling work. So we're planning it, we're producing it. The real question is how many of these people are going to publish it? They have to publish the video, tag US Foods, tag me. It's go time. Storytelling. Live from the US Food Show, Fanatics 2025. Remember, if you have the courage to post it, you get extra points. Post the video. Will, I'm looking at you. MJ, I'm looking at you. Post the video. Josh, I see you, Josh. Josh Downing, I see you. I expect that posted. Let's go. How did we do? I know it's uncomfortable. No one likes speaking in public. No one likes speaking on the internet. I really appreciate you guys going through that exercise with me. So I have a couple more asks. We'll do a quick Q&A, and then I've got my big ask at the end. But please connect with me. All the platforms. We're making a bunch of cool videos for our Cali BBQ Media YouTube channel. Like I said, we have our Restaurant Influencers podcast. That is a storytelling focused podcast. So there are incredible entrepreneurs, storytellers, hospitality professionals, Sam the cooking guy. That show has just been deep work where I get to ask questions of people that are much better at storytelling than me, and I do it for all of you. So I hope you subscribe to that show. Did we have fun? Yeah? Okay. Does anybody have any questions? I actually got a good question from a gentleman up here. He asked, he didn't want to post the video because he didn't want his staff to know he's in Vegas. How many people feel the same way? Come on, we're all being honest here. Yeah, I get it. And what I told him, which I'll share with you, is that it's up to us as leaders to share why are we in Vegas. We need to tell our staff, this is so important. This is mission critical that I come to US Foods show, this Food Fanatics show, that I get the education, that I learn about the inventory, that I learn about food costing, that I connect with other restaurant owners so that we can stay in business, so that we can run more profitable businesses, so we can give you more hours, so that we can give you more opportunity. That's why you have to share those kinds of stories. So right here, after this, I'm gonna be walking across with the San Pedro Fish Market team. Now this is a family restaurant, 4 generations. They created a show on Amazon Prime called Kings of Fish. This is master class storytelling. They're gonna be in the center room. I'm gonna be interviewing them. I would love to see you guys there. I would love for you guys to connect with me. Like I said, I'm weirdly available. There's an app, the US Food Fanatic app. I guess you can rate me as a speaker. Please give me a good rating if you thought I did a good job. I would appreciate that. And there's also full information. US Foods has done a great job actually breaking down tips for Facebook, tips for Instagram, tips that are platform specific. I have 3 gifts. If anybody is interested, please raise your hand. But I have 3 books. Come on up. I might have 3 more in the backpack. Whatever's in the backpack, babe.
Thank you.
Thank you, appreciate it. My grandfather would appreciate it.
Your grandpa wrote this?
My grandfather and I wrote that book, yeah. I think there you go. That's the wolf pack for you. I really appreciate every single person for coming here. Thank you. I hope you take these lessons to heart. Go ahead, you got a question? Please. Where's the mic? Oh, there we go. Oh, we got a question. Fantastic. Let's go. What's up?
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, go.
I appreciate the story that there's I hate social media.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, I love it, but I've been trying to get motivated because we own a restaurant and real estate company.
Okay.
Both of which you got to social media.
Yep.
I need to get with it, but my question is, I'm going to go check out your content for ideas.
Yep.
But when you're telling a story, you're specifically not always telling a story about your restaurant. You're telling a story of your life.
Yeah.
And like how your life is affected by what you do with your business. Is that correct?
The answer is every single day you have stories, you just don't share them. Like the problem is that people think of content that like I have to go and become an actor. I don't want you to become an actor. I just want you to just document what you're doing. You're already doing it every single day. Just share the journey of what you're doing every day. And this isn't about getting viral videos. It's not about getting tens of thousands of followers. It's about connecting with humans that live in your local area that are cheering for you. You have people cheering for you. But if they don't hear from you, they don't think about you. They're already on Facebook. They're already on Instagram. They're watching stuff. So you might as well tell them what you're doing. And like I said, be the show, not the commercial. Any other question? Does that answer your question? Awesome. Go ahead.
So I had a question regarding being able to connect when your restaurant is more on the corporate side. For example, I'm trying to always convince my marketing team that's based in Toronto and
Yep.
Phoenix that we need to have our own personalized marketing campaign because we're near the AC, the biggest campus, right? But they're always saying, oh, we got to stay on brand. But sometimes on brand isn't the big corporate brand.
Yep.
On brand is the location. So
Are you a franchisee?
no, we're just I'm a general manager at that location, but they have talks of franchising, but not currently.
Okay. It's tough. I know from a franchisee standpoint what the franchisor is like corporate storytelling. That gets into a lot more specifics, but the general rule of thumb is that like you can always tell your story. Like you have a personal brand and they can't stop you from talking about whatever you believe in and what you're doing. That's a short answer, but I'm happy to answer any other questions also. Cool, hope that helps. Darren Redwine, my man, what's up?
Hey, my question is about the posting part. How you alluded to that is where people get really nervous.
Yep.
Maybe the pushback or responses they're going to get. So how did you personally get through that to give the crowd here the motivation, the strength to keep pushing through? Because you mentioned it doesn't happen overnight.
Yep.
You got to keep doing it. So what did you do to keep going forward, moving forward, get to where you are now?
Yeah, great question. Fear it's legitimate. Like we're scared of what our friends are gonna think, what our coworkers are gonna think, what our staff is gonna think, what our vendors are gonna think, what our investors are gonna think. For us, we would have gone out of business. It was that simple. Like I had to do anything and everything to get people to know who we are and what we did. I mean, it was that simple. And in the beginning, I felt like an idiot going on once we finally got on the local news, I was terrified as a kid from La Jolla to get asked questions from a news anchor about barbecue. Why? Because I'm not the pitmaster. Gene Goycochea is the pitmaster. He's the one that taught us all the secrets. He's the one that should be answering these questions. But ultimately, what they wanted was me. Why, as an entrepreneur, are you doing barbecue? Why are you doing an amateur barbecue contest every single year for 10 years? They wanted to know what were we doing? And once I got over that and got over the fact that I stuttered when I first started and I didn't like the way the lighting was, like, all it takes is the answer to the equation, quantity. So you just have to be okay that today's video is not the best video. It's not the best lighting, we're here, but it's you. Have the courage to post, and you're gonna connect with the people that you wanna connect with. Any other questions? One more? Go ahead.
When you started your podcast, how long did it take you before you started really finding your voice and your rhythm with that, and how frequently do you actually publish podcasts?
We have, I think we have 7 shows that we publish every single week. We have restaurant influencers, restaurant technology, digital hospitality. We do, I meant to invite, everyone's invited. I have a Rising Tides live show. So I want all of you to come on and be a guest. It's a great storytelling community. It's a free show. We do it live every Wednesday, every Friday. You can go to betheshow.media. There's a Rising Tides link, but it's a chance for you to be a guest on the podcast. And as a guest, you learn how to tell your story and you connect with other restaurant owners. It takes time. Most podcasters, I think the statistics are 70% of podcasters publish 1 episode and quit. And once you get through those 70, another 40% won't even make it to 10 podcasts. So like once you hit, I believe it's 30 episodes, you're already in the top 1% of podcasters. So you just have to have the courage to keep going. And I mean, it's probably true about the restaurant business, right? If we're honest about it. Thanks for the question. We got one more and then we're all going to the Kings of Fish talk. Go ahead.
I have a couple questions. So number one will be like, what will work more efficiently on videos? Edited videos or raw videos? Like without any edition, especially when you're talking about your life and stuff like that. Is it better to edit it and delete all the mistakes, or is it more appealing to people just adding it as it goes? And the second one, how long as a video it will be working better for you? Is it a short video, long
Shorter.
video, or what time?
The answer is shorter. Everyone has shorter attention span. So I say 60 seconds, but like if we're honest about it, it's probably more like 30 seconds. And the other answer to your question is you test. Like right now, you have an idea that a edited video is going to do better than a raw video. Well, once you do 100 videos and 50 of them are edited and 50 of them are not edited, you're going to have data. You're going to be able to see, hey, my audience, like I got 7 views on this one and the other one I got 75 or I got 600 views. Keep doing the ones, just look at the data and do those ones. But you have to make a lot of videos. The answer is not going to be one video. And I know that 90% of this room's not going to do videos, but the 10% that do, you're going to make 1,000 videos and you're going to transform your business. And not just restaurant owners in your community, but other business owners will come to you and say, how do you have the courage to do it? And you're like, I just had the courage to start. I had the courage to get over myself and know that I knew this was good for my business, so I'm going to use all the tools that are free, by the way. We're talking about free, organic social. You don't have to pay Facebook, you don't have to pay Instagram, you don't have to pay YouTube. All of these tools are free. You just have to have the courage to post. Thank you so much. We're going to leave way for the next speaker. I appreciate you all. Thank you to my wolf pack. Thank you, Colleen, Mila, Eric, my wife, thank you. And to my media team, appreciate it. And to my toast team.